Morning. It is shit. Monday? It's Monday. I just woke up a little while ago. I get woken up, as I have said, like 4 o'clock. They come, they do like a prick, check my blood and shit like that, and then they come again and they gotta run my vitals. And so it's almost 8, and I just spoke with this wonderful. They're all wonderful, but this neurologist, one of the neurologists came in because they got to make sure, they got to do tests on you. It's amazing. Like, yo, you don't think of this shit? You get certain wrong wiring in the brain. Yeah, that's for mental health, that helps, but there's certain wiring, like with these lesions and scars, it'll shut shit down. And so, I did my tests, and it's because a couple of days ago I was numb up to my belly button, which is scary. Because if it had continued to move, oh shit! I think my man's here. My man, how you doing, bro?
You all set with this one?
I am, but I'm supposed to be drinking the rest of these fern juices. But thank you, sir. I appreciate it, bro.
Anytime. You have a good day.
All right, y'all. You too. So, anyways, this is a highlight, something to look forward to, and I don't. And if you could feel the heat coming off of that, it's like just came out the oven. What else we got? My coffee.
Hi, good morning.
How you doing?
Can I just take your sugar stick before you eat?
Oh my goodness! Like I'm so popular today. You just want to stick me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before you eat.
Oh yeah, before I eat. All right. Well, you came at a good time because I'm about to devour that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, I see a tray here.
Did you see? You see this? You see what? Regardless of being here, come on, that's beautiful. And let me just throw in for you real quick, whether cares are given or not.
You got ice cream.
I go with the ice cream because I have a hard time with the MS from chewing and swallowing, but ice cream will go like butter.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever been asked to get pricked so much in my life. I'm starting at 4 in the morning. I'm getting pricked all the time.
All right. I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right, so this I kind of wasn't anticipating, but.
All right, which finger you want me to?
You could do the index. It's cool.
Where's the blood?
I don't know. I think they drained all the blood out of me. We did run into this problem last night. I had to push a little bit too.
I think I'm happy now. Yeah, I'm happy now.
All right, there you go. Vampire wouldn't be happy, but All right, my dear. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, your sugar is 97.
Is that all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's one thing I could brag about is like my sugar levels and my blood pressure. I never had problems with things like that, but bring it to walking and talking and whatever, dancing. Can't really dance that well these much unless I get in a wheelchair and I'm doing spins.
You can't dance. I see you walking, so that means
it was only steroid infusions, like 2 or 3 of them at an hour apiece, but they've done amazing. I just feel better, and it feels good to feel better. Yes. So I thank all of you ladies. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. You have a good day. All right. So a lot of shit has come onto my mind now that I'm like placing it on. I'm speaking to the neurologist this morning because my back scar lesions on my spine and what it affected. And I'm sorry, a lot of this, I repeat myself a lot. So eventually, hopefully, I won't be doing that. But because of and I will be loading a picture to show because that shit is bright like fuck Christmas tree. Um, that's why it affected, and that's flare up. Okay, so maybe I've had like this shit for like 20 years, but I'm a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? I thought I could like live through everything. You know what I'm saying? I'll deal with whatever it is. If it's pain, if it's dope sickness, if it's any kind of thing, I would just trudge through it. So that's what I've done my whole life. And excuse my outfit, it's not really like the coolest thing right now. But now that I know, for 20 years, 15 years, however long, they can't give me an exact time, but they've been there a long time. I'm starting to piece it together of all the times I felt like straight garbage. And I thought it was just me, but I mean, I thought it was something wrong, that like I was broken, I couldn't figure things out, couldn't do certain things. And I'll never be able to go back and be who I was, but I understand what that was all about. There's so many times throughout my life that had flare-ups, and that's what you get when you have these lesions, scars, in all various parts of your body. And this is why I'm sharing things, because I'm learning myself. It ain't like I'm a doctor or whatever, but I do have a lot of personal experience that I'm learning, and I do hyperfixate on shit. So what else am I doing if I'm not seeing a doctor, which I'm always seeing doctors. You can tell they're always coming, I always have appointments, but I'm taking that information and I'm studying myself, like, so this is my reinvention of myself, is understanding myself. And now I know all the times in the past I was just talking to this lady, like, now I get it, because when you get contrast, the lesions are bright for whatever reason. New ones look neon. Old ones, they don't hold color no more, but you could tell like the scars, you could tell that they're there. So those are old, which means this isn't from last month, and not this last year. We're talking like years. So now that I'm understanding what I had just gone through was a flare up, to the point where I got nervous because it kept coming up. I'm like, if it goes up to my face and shit, because there are people who have facial paralysis, and sometimes you may see, maybe not even realize that, like, one of the side effects of MS is vision. And I don't know if they check my eyes a lot, but they be doing something weird, I guess. And another interesting logical story about how that affects one's eyes with MS. So sometimes you'll see people with an eye patch because you see double. It's really annoying. And so I'm just saying that. And I'm feeling better. I understand all these times. And listen, I'm going to say it again. But no, I'm not looking for any like forgiveness from anybody, or for anyone to be like, oh, well, Jeremy's different, or that was, nah, that's who I was. It is what it is. I'm going to live the way my life is, with the bridges that are burned, which is all of them around me, because I definitely did damage throughout my life. But I'm looking forward to, like, continuously building them. And obviously now it's going to probably be wheelchair ramps. You gotta laugh at this shit, you know what I'm saying? So, I just understand a lot now. And this is what I hope somebody in my position, maybe they'll come across, like, my videos or what I gotta say, because in the forums, which I do read, and this morning, I'm still laying in bed, and the first thing I pop onto is, of course, MS forum. And a question a gentleman had asked was, do you ever feel that you're isolated, like that you spend less time with people. And yeah, man. So you're obviously new to this because that's pretty common. And if anyone listens to this, I'm sorry. Please don't take anything personal. If I seem like I'm like fucking be shady or whatever, but it is more than just what you see. It's in the brain, and it causes me to isolate because I find myself talking. What do I talk a lot about medical shit in your brain. And I've always been like that because I've been into the psychology of it, and even when we went to school, and like I'm like into understanding things, you know. So I hyper focus on this shit, and I'm better too because this shit ain't going away. You know what I'm saying? But at least now I know it isn't gonna get worse, and if it does, I know what a flare up is now, and I know how to deal with it, and I'm looking forward to the possibility of not living a life with the suffering that I have been doing. Because you know how many fucking scars that I have in my body? Like, I cried because of it yesterday. And I'm always laughing, joking. It was all these women, men, doctors, nurses. I always joke with motherfucking people. That's who I am. And I probably said this before. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. I don't know if anyone stuck around this long to watch a video, but with all the misery, there's so many derivations of it throughout all of our lives, and here comes another neurologist. But you just gotta laugh sometimes, man, because there are those times that, like yesterday, I had to tell this lady, she's been in the past. She's always like, Jeremy, stop. I explained to her. I said, yo, you bust my chops because I'm always like, joking around and stuff like that. But I do that to. So I see. I know you got your mask on. You know what I'm saying? I see you smiling under there. I know you don't want to admit it, but you love me. Yeah, I'm annoying at times. I'm not denying that. But reason being, my thought is life is short, could be long, but in the meantime, there's one guarantee: there's gonna be some fucking bullshit along the way that's gonna make you feel some type of way, and we all feel better when we have a smile than a frown. So that's my way of trying to play my role of a human being, is just trying to, like, treat people nicer. There are so many people that I think, and it makes me feel good, that have walked away, with more of a smile than when they entered with. And that feels good. Because I don't know what you're doing before you start watching this video. I don't know how your night was. But I do know, like, how some of my nights were growing up. And that was nothing compared to other people. So that childhood trauma shit is real. Even for 46 now, man. Because what you do when you're younger makes you who you are today. It's metaphorically speaking like if you grow in a tomato plant. Alright? Well, whatever kind of plant. And you have two plants. One of them, perfect soil. Like I used to get back guano, mix it in with Sarah would. Like I was big on my soils and Pedialyte, and I mix it up. Anyways, perfect growing conditions. You got the great balance of light. The great, perfect. Just good. And then you got the same strain of seed in another plant, but in the beginning, it's growing good, so it's growing healthy. But then along the way, you forget about it for a little while. It doesn't get watered for a little bit. It starts to dry out. Well, whatever, it'll come back. Then maybe it gets bent over. And as you know, plants will grow because they obviously grow up towards the light. But the one next to it is just a beautiful plant. And this is, again, metaphorically analogy, speaking of individuals, because some of us are that I know a lot of them. Nice, straight stalk. Then you got people like me, and I look like fucking jagged edge. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still growing. And that, if you could understand that metaphorically, that's us as human beings. Because wherever you are right now, I'm sure you've made growth in your life. And don't stop. This is a big deal for me. I just found out I have a diagnosis of something that's not going to go away, but I can keep on top of it so I can stop the flare ups. And all that comes from this MS bullshit. And no, people have asked me questions on forums. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? More. Um, no, you can't fix it. You can't take it away. Like, can't they just get rid of them? Can't they just take care of them? Well, I mean, when you got a scar, you got a scar. You know what I'm saying? I got fucking scars all over my body. You know this shit gonna be leaving something here. But they changed it up yesterday. She was like, "Oh, it's looking kind of haggard." I said, "Yeah, I was in the back alley when they did that one," and so she redid them for me, so they, not blood all over the place. The point of the matter, and it's tough listening to me, I'm sure, because for me talking, I'm all over the place, and I haven't even had any of my medication yet. So, which is a stimulant, which gets me running my and anyways, I don't know what I'm trying to get to. I forgot what the original point of this was, but if you are watching, if you have any interest, I appreciate it, because I'm trying to share something at 46, and it's a life changer, and it's a big deal. I have to live the rest of my life with this knowledge now, and I have a friend that she also is. Well, it's funny because we both see our neurologist. I think mine's next Thursday, and hers is a day before, a day after mine. And that's all we had to talk about, besides other things. But like discussing, it's good to like be able to kick around, so you don't feel so alone anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like about lesions, about problems with walking, whatever it may be. It just feels better when you can relate to another person like that. And this goes back to the morning of the forum that I had jumped on. If you ever feel alone and isolated, surrounded by, I couldn't be in a better place, man. I'm in motherfucking Yale, inpatient at Yale, with breakfasts like that, sleep nice. I'm very lucky. I'm very, very fucking lucky. And I won't sleep on that shit for a goddamn second. But I just want to share, because I ain't never been so lonely. But I'm not lonely. That's the irony of it. Is recently, because, come on, man. If you know me, I haven't been alone very long. Always have. I'm always with somebody. So, at this time and stage of my life, that person that I spent most of my time with is gone. So, and I was kind of preparing myself for it. In hindsight, now I'm looking back, I was holding on as long as I could, because I knew once I let go, I was completely alone. And thankfully, my daughter has just come back from California, which is another topic, I'm not dying, but I'm in the hospital, kind of a big deal. And I don't get no visitors. I'm not crying. I'm comfortable with me, you know what I'm saying? Just saying the principle of it is, it'd be nice, I remember doing that stuff, you go see somebody, who's your... I guess I don't have any loved ones. Maybe that's what the problem is. Just because I had a baby with someone, you know what I'm saying? So what? You know? But she's the mother of my kids, and I feel bad for them, you know? Because I remember my dad was in the hospital. We've been a lot of times, but I remember us all going and seeing my father. And this is just a good lesson. I got this thing that I've had for a while, but it's new. The series of it is new, the severity. And what happens, happens, you know? Let the past go. And this is the reinvention part. So if you come along during my reinvention, I just think it's so cool because that means you come over so much, whatever traumas and coping mechanism, defense mechanism, like you make it somewhere, you know, when you get to that reinvention of oneself. And I hope you guys can understand this. Just 20 minutes. I talk too long. I should probably split these videos up. Because I don't have no one to talk to besides like doctors, neurologists, and shit. You know, I don't like I talk to anybody. So, and that's a good thing. Before I say deuces, that's a good thing. Because imagine being in this situation and being lonely and like, oh, woohoo, nobody comes to see me. Nobody even calls me. Nobody even gives a fuck. Like, I'm over that. I like me. I'm my best friend. And I have the best conversations with myself because I already know what the responses are going to be. They're going to be logical. They're going to be intelligent. And that's what I like to fuck with. So, I don't do well. I don't do well with people and their... I don't know. I just don't do well. I'm an isolator. I'll just call it like that right now. So, let's take a look at this breakfast. This is like the goddamn Truman Jeremy show here. Oh. Just want to brag about this. This is my Christmas gift. And some of you probably heard me preach because it changed my life. Change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. I was told that a long time ago. And it works. It's real. You gotta find everything has a common denominator. Everything. But change the way you look at things. And the things you look at change. And it's probably backwards on there. Wayne Dyer. The secret of successful inner peace. That's that shit right there. It's possible. I've been through, and a lot of people know, but they don't know at all. So whatever the worst is that people think, multiply that by 100. Because I don't speak on shit, and that's a lot of the reason why people didn't like fuck with me. Like, as fucked up and sick as I was and shit, I don't speak on it. You know, I hear it from people. I was staying at this place one time, and a lady had problems with her legs, and okay, I get it. You're like 4 foot tall, 800 pounds. You're going to have, yeah, it's tough. But all I ever heard is, oh, I can't do nothing. Ain't nobody hearing me complaining about the fact that I can't feel my feet, my hands, and my legs. Yo, I'm like really fucked up, and I have to carry shit, and I have to walk up and down the stairs, and I have to try to function, get on buses, and get denied because I don't complain about it. And try to keep it moving. So, if you watch, thank you. You know, because I hope somebody gets something out of this. Besides me just being able to kind of get it out. And they're coming in. So, you know, at least if I was worried about having people to talk to and shit, I ain't got to worry about that no more, man, because these fucking doctors are all like my homies now. I'm surprised they ain't sent me a Facebook request. which is a joke because everybody does that. And I ain't one of those people. So, but yeah, I love y'all. There's nobody I really hate. Having hatred in you is a sickness that we all need to let go. You can dislike and be unhappy with something, but hello. I'm enjoying my breakfast. Love y'all.